Okay, gang, we are back. Kind of in between projects right now, but let's squeeze this video in. What we're gonna do today is we are going to glue the top onto the body. Right, oh, by the way, in our continuing how to build a building an ukulele series. So today we're gonna glue the top onto the body. And as you know, the rims or the sides are already, the back is already glued on. We did that last video, maybe. So, you know what, let's go into this right now. I'm gonna bring you to the bench here. And by the way, same format. I'm gonna talk story for a little bit. I'm gonna go through the demo, shut up, you guys can fast forward, and then we'll come back in the end to close it out. All right, I think you guys can see from there. All right, you know, last video we carved the braces. I think we did, no, we did this one. So there you go, braces are carved. I trimmed this, and we're ready to go. Okay, anyway, a couple things on where we're at right now. I gapped this, first of all, let's go to the inside, and the bracing on, not the bracing, but the spanners on the inside. Again, stole this from Bohannon, awesome idea. I used to have one, I used to do 3, and then I ended up 2, you know, 1 right here and 1 right here. I used to have 1 here, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the top. And suffice to say, I'm just gonna stick with this. Now, just so you know, if you look at the taper of the body, and we kind of know this, well, since we're on this side, let's do this. What I did was I loosened it all out, I faced it down, and I spaced it. I used this to space it out that much. Okay, so this is 3/8 of an inch right there. I don't have 2 3/8 of an inch ones, so we had to do some math. Okay, 1/4 plus 1/8 is 3/8. So all I did was put this like this, space it down on my board, and then that's it. Then we tighten out tighten up all of these spanners on the inside. Now point, you can see how, right there, that's the tail, that's the heel. Okay, it tapers. When we did the specs, 2.5 inches on the heel block, 3 inches on the tail block. So I definitely have a taper plus a radius, 15 foot on the back. All right, and that is how tight it gets on this form right here. You can see this is 3/4 inch plywood times 3. Okay, and you're wondering how I'm gonna take it out. It's 2-piece, so it's bolted together. So once we get this all glued up, I can spread it apart. It doesn't matter if I have this overhang, we're not gonna push it through. I used to do that, I think. Anyway, you guys can take a look at how this setup is done, all right? What I'll do is I'll put in the bottom, front to back, or top to bottom, however you wanna look at it. This bottom one goes in, turnbuckle. Yeah, I have to space this out right here. You'll notice this is notched. It's notched on the top and the bottom to go over the center seam on the back. And then, no, the top, actually, the top fan brace is gonna go that deep right through there. Oh, okay. Oh, let's stick with this. Sorry guys, my head is on other stuff right now. I got a garage project going on, garage door project. I gotta get that spring replaced. Anyway, you can see how this works. Now, there's a reason why I'm angling it this way, because I'm gonna need to take this out, but I'm not gonna be able to unscrew it through the sound hole, because that's how this is coming out. So I'm gonna have to pull it this way. This one I'm gonna be able to stick my finger in the sound hole, push it that way. You see how it's angled? I'm gonna be able to push it out. I'm gonna use this, hook it in, hook onto this, and then pull this side out, and it'll come out. Done it before. Now, key point, if you do this, make sure this fits through the sound hole after you close the box in. Suffice to say, make sure it fits through the sound hole. I ran tests on these. Now, you'll notice this one has 2 arrows on the front. This one doesn't. This is exactly the same size front to back. This one actually tapers down on the front because it's not gonna fit the original size I had on this. You know, if you guys want to know how thick it is, let's measure it. It is, can't even see that. just about 2 inches, a little bit over. Oh, you want this one too? Okay, 3 3/4, give or take. And it's 3/4 inch plywood with some rounded right there. Works really, really well. If you guys want to try it, Bo Hannum was the guy that came up with this idea. Awesome, awesome idea. All right. What I've already done on this is I've already notched out the lining. We did that on the backs, but in this case, we're going to notch out 2 areas, right? Because 2 cross braces. You can see where the notches are. Right here, both sides. Now, there's different ways to do it. I'll just show you another way that we didn't do the last time. Sometimes when these braces come all the way out here and you lay this down, you can see it from the side. You can take a pencil and mark where those braces are, right there. And just travel that mark right across the top. Drop a ruler across the top. Draw your lines. The bottom, top part of the notch. And then I just chisel them out. You know, I used a razor knife to cut the edges on the side. And then, of course, a 1/4 inch chisel went in upside down like this. All right, and all of that came out. I used to use a Fordham, I used to use a Dremel. I just as soon use the chisel. It works just as good for me. I know I'm talking a lot, but there's one more thing I want to talk about. And that is the tail block right here. If you'll notice, the tail block, hard to see. Let's do this. Tail block right here is not flat all the way across. Let's get up in there. See that? It's a little tapered down in the front. What I do is I cut this section off and I make the tail block match the lining. Here's my theory. My theory is this. I might be wrong. But anyway, if you got a block that's glued in right here, a thick tail block that's glued in right here on the soundboard, you're going to essentially kill everything in this area right here. It's not going to move because of this big tail block. Same thing with here. You got this big heel block. Once you glue it in, nothing up here is going to move, especially with the fretboard above there. So this is all good. But because we have the bridge somewhere down here, oh, here's an old bridge, right about here, kind of like a dreadnought. This is going to be the pump. So basically what it is the glue line just mirrors what the lining is anyway, and it doesn't get any bigger right in this area. So whatever movement is going to take place coming out to the glue line is consistent right across here. Now, did it make a difference in sound? Well, for those of you that have one of my old instruments that have the big tail block, bring it by and we can compare it with the newer instruments that have the smaller tail block. I'm sticking with the smaller tail block. Okay, so you guys know where we're at right now. What we're going to do is we're going to glue this. Different ways to glue this. And remember this, okay? I can do this. I can go like that. I used to use clips made out of mattress springs with dowels on the top. I've had a dowel jig that I use with dowels and anyway, going around. That took forever. You guys know what I like to use? I like to use cam clamps because they're super fast. So what we're gonna do today is this is a radius dish on the back, by the way. I'm gonna use this. This is for my neck. Just gonna use that, keep it up here, and then we're gonna clamp it on. But I'm gonna take the board, just for today. I think it's gonna work. We're gonna put it on the top and then clamp it down, and you'll see how that works. All right. Wow, almost 10 minutes of talking, 9.5 minutes, demo starts. Let's go. And that is it. We are gluing the top onto the body. We're closing up the body, literally is what we're doing. Now I know why I don't use my form to glue it in from the top, and I normally use this because I can see a lot better. In theory, I could probably just clamp straight to the top because everything is flat, but I could probably do that on the back as well too. I like using a caul going around the top. It just provides nice even pressure going all the way around the rim. As with the back, you saw what I did. I clamped the heel and tail blocks first, make sure I get a good seal right in there. But when I do that, everything else is coming down. You guys got any questions, comments, pop them down below. Subscribe if you want. I don't know what the next video is going to be, but we'll catch you next time.